I think I'm gonna take some bottles back here. I don't have a lot of time. I gotta do an inspection, so figure I'll grab my bottles. Some of the stuff I found the other day, a job. I don't know. I found this little bird bath here. Heavy cast iron. Something a little different. Let me grab a bag actually. I got bottles all over the place. So I'll take back the bottle, just drop them off there. Just so that I have the battery, the bags in there. So I have to go actually pick up some bags for my testing sandwich bags. So here I'll be along the store is right about there. So. Start up the truck to make sure the truck runs. Started. It's been sitting for a while, a couple weeks. Tiny little bottle. Smells like tin cans. Pain. Another one here. Okay, that's one bag. Okay, let me get the next bag here. Hold on. Okay, I think I got all the bottles ready. I think probably about 40 bucks, I would think. Well, 35 bucks probably for sure. I took 2 bags back when I went camping. It was like almost $20 and they were not that big, so should work out. I have scrap pickup to do, more paint cans tomorrow. So I grabbed this copper thing. Solid copper. I never put a magnet on it, but it looks like copper. Wire's copper. But you never know, could be steel. But it looks good for copper anyways, if it's copper. That's copper. Copper there. Also, I grabbed one window for that job. The other was cracked anyway, so I took the only one. It's an old one. Being damaged should be hard sale. Even that's probably only worth 10 bucks. $10, $15, but people are pretty cheap nowadays. I grabbed that bell. He never got back to me on the other stuff there, but I still have to give a report to the guy later. This bell is pretty heavy. I seen one of these on eBay. Guy wants like $9.75 for it, but that's the high price. There's some around for $300, $375. It's a fire alarm bell. It's an old one, probably out of the 40s maybe. That's where the wires hook up to here, I think. But some have a key wind, so I'm not really sure. Could be a key wind. That could be a key here. Winding up the key. I'm not really sure. It might be a key wind. Kind of cool. So the truck started no problem. So I'll grab the paint cans tomorrow. Should be a whole load, 3 pallets full. And then I got some stuff to pick up in Vancouver. Furnace, hot water tank, bunch of lights and metal and pipes and stuff. So this thing went like this. The bolt is short or something, but something like that. Not old, but kind of something free. Gnome here. So I'll tell you a story with that motorhome. I went to take it to the repair guy and the front wheel seized. The caliper seized on front here. So I had to get it towed to a shop and get it fixed. So I ended up putting new brakes all around. It cost like $5 grand plus tax for brakes. New rotors, calipers, pads. They flushed the system and they had to put something link where the steering arm goes to on the bottom. They said there's a little bit of play in there, so who knows, right? And then I had the RV guy put silicone some stuff. He actually changed the batteries. Kind of worked on my fridge also. He changed one of these things here. On the wrong side here. Well, I got 6-volt batteries now. I have a pair in there. Right over here. Look in the wrong spot. 2 6-volt interstates in there. I don't know how he got them in there, but he got them in there. So he went to check through the solar system. Then he changed a seal on the toilet because it leaked a little bit. Did a few things to it. Ran really nice for the whole week. I just drove there and parked it, right? And we used the other van to drive around, but it actually ran really good. I'm thinking of doing a road trip myself. Wife is still sick, so you know, I'm gonna probably do a road trip looking for gold rings, metal detecting trip. Gold only, right? Did last time pretty good. I did over $1,300 in gold rings, and I got like $43 in change. Wasn't too bad. But I didn't hunt a lot. But if I'm by myself, I could hunt a lot longer and more places. So could get maybe a good amount of gold if it's there. Okay, so have an inspection. Like I said, I'll drop the bottles at the bottle depot. They'll give me a deposit to the account later. Maybe in about 3-4 days, it'll be deposited in the account. And we're doing an inspection now near South Surrey. It starts the main thing. We know it starts. So let's see how much fuel's in here. I think I should have enough fuel. So let's go to the tank, but I actually put more in there before, so I think it'll be okay. So anyways, haven't had no desire to do any scraps, so gotta be patient. Just got so many things to do and worry about my wife and so on and all that. No change in infection. They actually took her off antibiotics for about 2 weeks now, but still no change. So anyways, that's all I can report for now. Nothing's changed, but I got scrap coming tomorrow, but I'll dump the pails right away and I'll pick up the other stuff. So like a filing cabinet, hot water tank, furnace, a heater that sits on a ceiling, a bunch of pipes, a bunch of lights fixtures, and it could be wire and who knows what else material to be. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so after you register on site, you know, when you register, I guess online first, get a count. You just get, you put your phone number in and request a bunch of labels. You put your phone number in and they'll tell you how many labels, up to 6. And then you just print them off like this. And they're pretty good labels, they stick pretty good. And you just walk in. Drop off here. Just like that. Okay, just like that. Okay, I saw couple pieces of metal up there I'm gonna grab. Hold on. Okay, a couple of ears here. Just irony aluminum, which is good. That's all grab. Free for taking. Okay, so I'm at our job here. We're close to the beach. The beach is just a few blocks down, or 2 blocks that way. This was an old-time beach house. I just wanted to show you the yard. I'll look up the specs on it, what the year is. I'm not sure, but kind of weird looking roof on there, hard to see with the sun, but anyways, a little shed there. It's that little building here. I'm not sure what's under the siding. Could be wood siding, we'll see. We'll know later. That's stucco, we have tested stucco and stuff. So this is kind of a cute house here. Look at this. Typical beach house. Look at that. Very tiny. Loft up there. Different, huh? One level. So it's going to be demolition. You're going to be building another house here. Old fuse box. So sheet. We have to go out of this window, just take a roof sample of the very top roof. But I can grab it no problem from here. It's good. This is a high roof, right? And this will be sampled too. The roll-on shingle, those are probably standard. I can roll on too, maybe on the top, hard to say, but anyways. Wow, look at the roof here. Fiberboard ceilings. Wow, it's even low. You can't really rent this out. Well, you can, but you can't get big money for this type of place. This is like a one bedroom. Really. So the master. Interesting, huh? Super basic. Looks like there's no heating vents. So electric baseboard here. The floor there. Fireplace. First time I've ever seen something. I see these on the TV, like when you watch those cabin fixer-upper videos. You see stuff like this, but not locally here. Gas stove. Fridge. It's right. The beach is right down here, block and a half down the road. Crescent disaster preparedness beach. Okay, that's just in case there's a tsunami or something. The beach is right there. It would wipe out all this land here. Drywall. Very easy place. I should have bought my metal detector. I think it would be that close. When they say, okay, it's near the beach, but how close is it? So I'll have to check under the siding and everything. Could have metal detected the yard too. We have to start bringing my machine. Who knows what you find here at a beach house, especially if it's been rented before by a lot of people. Could get who knows what. Mixture of people coming and stuff, losing stuff. Okay, well that's my inspection right now. Nothing good in the yard for artifacts or minerals. See a lot of shells around here. That means it could have been like see problems when you develop, especially around here. There's a lot of middens around here. That's why the shells everywhere, native middens and stuff. So that means when you actually dig here, you have to have an archaeologist on site watching you dig, because if you get remains of a body, then you have problems. Native remains that could be 2,000 years old, or who knows how long, how far back it goes. You could lose your land overnight. That's why there's so many shells everywhere you dig. This whole area could have been like, it's midden, called midden. It's like a garbage, a native garbage dump. They just dump their belongings and whatever in there. That's why the shells run everywhere. I came across one place in this area, this Crescent Beach area. had a similar problem too. Had whole crawl space was about 6-7 feet deep of shells, and it was a big problem trying to tear it down, and they had to have archaeologists on site. That's cost money, and then they find any type of bones, they have to analyze it. If it's human remains, you'll have a hell of a time building. They may not even let you build. It happened on Marine Drive in Vancouver. It was a hotel, I believe. They tore it down, and you found human remains there that went back for hundreds and hundreds of years, or whatever it is. I mean, it could be 2,000 years or more, but whatever it was, you can't build there. It's just right now sitting in just an empty lot. That's the problem. You never know what you run across. Anyways, I think I'll conclude this video here. Really nothing here for treasures, but I want to show you this kind of cool layout. I mean, if you're somewhere in some beach somewhere in California, this is awesome. Or a big lake somewhere. You know, you just with a family, everybody's 5-6 people upstairs, and you know, just a big family thing, beach thing. It's perfect, but not really to live here, unless you have a couple, maybe, right? And maybe one kid. Even one kid would be a problem. Maybe a baby, but there's no real rooms here. But anyways, have a great day. Thanks for watching.